Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Live at the Londons. I'm Andrew London. This is Kirsten London here. Talented and beautiful. There'll be more about that. I'll explain that in a moment. Not that it needs any explanation, but it's lovely to be back with you. This is something we did last year during our lockdown. We did about 8 episodes of this, but here we are a year and a bit later, and we're back, aren't we? Back in level 4.
Yes.
So we're in a little bubble, just the two of us, with Izzy out in the shed.
Yes.
We don't see much of, only when it's hungry, you know.
Dizzy and chickens.
Yeah, that's right. And so we thought we might reprise our Live at the Londons and do a little show for you. Once again, our diaries went from very full to completely empty. And one of the reasons for that was that we... well, the only reason for that, obviously, was this into level 4, but the most frustrating thing was that we had our stage show about to start rehearsals, and that was going to go on at the end of September the 23rd, but of course, we don't have any run-up now, so no rehearsing, no chance to sell the tickets and everything, so you heard it here first. That has been postponed until March next year, so March 31st, April 1 and 2. If you've bought tickets, and I know several hundred of you have, you will be informed by event finders, so don't worry. For those of you who didn't know, we were very excited about this show. It's called Let's Talk About Me, and the reason it's called Let's Talk About Me is because that's a song that we get asked to do probably more than anything else.
We do.
And so we thought we might hit off, it's sort of our signature tune these days too. We thought we might do that first for you, if that's all right.
Off you go.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, nice to see you. How you been? It's been a year or two. I heard you're doing famously at whatever it is you do. Me, I'm just fantastic. How nice of you to ask. We got this conversation back on track at last. You must have heard I got that job in the advertising game. You won't believe how much I earn, but I'm still just the same. Sure, I go to San Francisco, the Côte d'Azur on biz, and all my friends are famous. Well, they know someone who is. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
I'm much more interesting than you. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
My life is fabulous. It's true. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
Oh, well, it's something we all should do right now. Come on, it's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? All right. Tell me, how's the band? How's that little town you settled in? I can't remember what it's called. Let's all have another gin. And I'll tell you how I met the All Black captain just last week. Maybe then you'll get a chance to speak. Or not. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
I'm much more interesting than you. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
My life is fabulous. It's true. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
Oh, it's something that we all should do right now. Come on, it's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? All right. So nice to see you. How you been? It's been a year or two. I heard you're doing swimmingly at whatever it is you do. Me, I'm just fantastic. Well, a Prozac helps a bit, and it's only when I stop I realize I'm talking. Shall we talk about me?
Let's talk about me.
I'm much more interesting than you. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
My life is fabulous. It's true. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
Oh, it's something we all should do right now. Come on, it's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
I'm much more interesting than you. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
Oh, my life is fabulous. It's true. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me.
Yes, it's something we all should do right now. It's enough about me. Let's talk about you. So what do you think about me? Hey? I've just noticed that Kirsten's looks resplendent in the sun there. Look at her. Look at like a
It's
spring.
just come out. It's
The
been
sun's
raining
just come out.
all morning.
It has. You'll notice that we're in a different room than we were before because it was a bit gloomy in the home office. So we've moved to the little conservatory, or loggia, as we sophisticated Kapiti coasters like to call it. Here in the loggia, it's very beautiful, and as Kirsten said, the sun has just come out, but only on her. But that's okay.
And the birds are coming out.
The birds are tweeting, and there's the odd dog barking. So it's a little bit noisy out there. I hope that's not putting you off. We were very lucky to get a big tour in just before the lockdown at the start of last week. We went all around the country, did some fabulous gigs, and went to some fabulous places. And one of the places we went to was Cati. And the Cati Press at the Bay of Plenty, it's called the Bay of Plenty for those of you international listeners tuning in. The Bay of Plenty is about 7 hours drive north of here. It's called the Bay of Plenty because there are plenty of gigs up there. But the Bay of Plenty Press was very good to us in advance of our Cati gig, and we had a very good spread here in a photograph in the Bay of Plenty Times. Very good. Thanks, Chris, for sending us this, by the way. Chris Conn up at Omokoroa in the Bay of Plenty. And this tells us that, where's the bit about Kirsten, darling? Oh, yes, the talented and beautiful Kirsten London accompanies as bass guitarist, which is fabulous, you know. So that was in the Bay of Plenty Times. But here in the Lizard News, which has also got a nice little photograph of us, which is very nice, we started off the article with performing as a questionably good-looking New Zealand singer-songwriter. So one of us is talented and beautiful, and one of us is questionably good-looking. I suppose it could be worse, couldn't it? You know, it's not so bad. It could have been like questionably peculiar-looking or something like that.
I'd take it and run.
I'll take it and run. Yeah, good idea. All right, taking it and running. Thank you. And now we'd like to do a request from the talented and beautiful Kirsten London, actually. So a request from the band. She's been wanting to do this for ages, and we've just had time to sort of relearn it. It's a song I wrote a few years ago for a show that a friend and I did. My friend Gilbert Hazeman down in Paikakariki, fabulous piano player Gilbert, and he and I did this show for a little while, which was called Ladies a Plate, which is a kind of a retrospective look at a bygone era of New Zealand dances and musical functions. I've heard lots of old stories from Gilbert and other musicians I've worked with. So this is trying to evoke a bygone era when people went out to dances on a Saturday night. You may have been, if you're from Wellington, you may have gone to the Majestic Theatre, I think it was, Majestic Cabaret or whatever, to hear the Don Richardson Big Band. Or you might be of an age where you went to village hall dances, and of course, ladies always brought a plate with something on it for a shared dinner. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Ladies plate, you've got a date with me Saturday night at the hall. We'll dance near the bandstand and ask them for more. Won't even stop while they powder the floor. Ladies plate, you've got a date with me Saturday night at the hall. I'll come round at 7, you'll be dressed by then. Got brill cream all over my collar again. You do your hair while I'll chat with your dad. You look so pretty, I don't look too bad. We'll take my old prefect if you don't mind the noise. There's a flagon of brown in the back for the boys. Our friends will all be there, I just heard today. We'll dance the whole night away. Ladies plate, you've got a date with me Saturday night at the hall. We'll dance near the bandstand and ask them for more. Won't even stop while they powder the floor. Ladies plate, you've got a date with me Saturday night at the hall. We'll chance the Maxina, we'll cha-cha and jive, quick step and foxtrot and waltz. When we do the gay garden, my mind's in a whirl. 'Cause the other guys all get to dance with my girl. When supper is over, we'll kick off our shoes. The band will start rocking them summertime blues. But the last waltz is mine, you'll say soft in my ear. It's the loveliest night of the year. Ladies a plate, you've You've got a date with me Saturday night at the hall. We'll dance near the bandstand and ask them for more. Won't even stop while they powder the floor. Ladies, a plate. You've got a date with me Saturday night, Saturday night, Saturday night at the hall.
I love that song.
I know you do. Ladies, a plate. All right. So one of the things we did last year, some of you will remember, was I wrote a blues song. It was called the Lockdown Isolation Blues. Blues songs are very easy to write. You need 2 lines basically. You write a line like, I've got the lockdown isolation blues, and then you repeat that line, so it goes, I've got the lockdown isolation blues, 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 and then you write another line that rhymes. So, don't want to read the paper, don't like to hear the news. Okay, so that's your blues song. So, you know, a chimpanzee could write a blues song. They probably have.
Yeah.
And I have. And so what we did last year was we invited people to write their own. And we got their own lines, their own verses. I think we got something like 80 odd verses. And so we didn't have time to do anywhere near all of them. So I had plenty up my sleeve. So I put some together, and we'd like to play you this month, the August 2021 version of the Lockdown Isolation Blues.
Excellent.
So here it is.
Okay.
4 verses.
Yes.
I'll tell you who contributed them afterwards. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I've got them lockdown isolation blues. I've got them lockdown isolation, got them lockdown isolation blues. So whose turn to do the shopping? All right, I'll go and get my shoes. Yeah, well, I live on the edge of town. It's a quiet life I choose. Yes, I live on the edge of town. It's a quiet life I choose. I don't mind them folks all walking by, just so long as they pick up their doggy doos. I got lots of tools to play with, helps to set me free. I found my own neglected chainsaw and pruned my only tree. Yes, I might have got a bit creative. It's now the same height as my knee. Well, I woke up late this morning, sun shining overhead. I could get out and dig the garden. Gotta keep my family fed. Whoa, but then lockdown blues have got me. Think I might just stay in bed. The lockdown isolation blues. There you go. Got a bit tongue-tied there, here and there, I'm
You got
afraid.
it out. Pretty good. Yeah.
But excellent verses that we've been saving up for a year or more, and I'll tell you who wrote them in order. Amber Corley-Pratt, Jim Hegarty, Graham Clark from Christchurch, my old mate Graham, and Simon Burgess wrote that last verse. Simon lives just up the road in Levin.
He does.
Shame you couldn't be here to play it with us, Simon. He's a fabulous musician. Right, okay, now, one of the songs that was in the show,
Ah, yes.
the Let's Talk About Me show, which unfortunately we're unable to put on until March.
Yeah, what happened?
It certainly will, yes. And one of the songs in it is this one, which I wrote a few years ago. It used to be a great vehicle for our very, very dear friend Niels Olsen, who had a sort of an alter ego. he had a character called Cecil Stevenson who used to introduce this song. Unfortunately, we don't have Cecil with us at the moment. He's doing very well over in Germany, sends his regards. So we're going to do it without him. It's all about how sometimes we have gigs where there might be lots of people, but they're not paying very much attention because there are lots of other things going on. I think it was Terry Crayford who first coined these gigs, wallpaper gigs, where that's all we are, basically, aural wallpaper. Terry used to say, "Oh, all right then, let's go and wallpaper this gig." Can you hear that blackbird chirping away on the roof? It's lovely, actually. Don't mind us, we'll just sit up in the back. You can go about your business, forget we're here. All we need is a corner and a regular supply of beer. Don't mind us, we specialize in generating very little interest and minimal applause. Absolutely, positively guaranteed professional bores. We keep the melody simple so that nobody needs to concentrate, though every now and then one of us might nod off. Occasionally we need to get a little more complicated, just in case there's somebody listening and we need to show off. We're just wallpaper, blend right in with the furniture. Wallpaper, you can stick us up with beer, plastered in the background, you'd hardly even know we're here. We always play some Gershwin, whether it's summertime or not. We're happy to play Cole Porter night and day. Descending notes so arty for the Lennon and McCartney. A little bit of Sinatra if it's not my way. We're wallpaper, blend right in with the furniture. Wallpaper, stick us up with beer, plastered in the background, you'd hardly even know we're here. So don't mind us, just sweep us up with the empties. Another bottle of Chardonnay or perhaps Mark-Fu. Maybe see you later if we play an elevator near you. We keep away from modern jazz, never play the blues. Being ignored is fine if there's a steady supply of booze. We're wallpaper, blend right in with the furniture. Wallpaper, you stick us up with beer, plastered in the background, you'd hardly even know we're here. You'd hardly even know we're here. You'd hardly even know we're here. Wallpaper, jolly little song. Now, one of the things that does happen at gigs sometimes, it's a curious thing, you know, is and it's especially, I mean, you don't mind if you're playing a wallpaper and people ignore you, because that's, you know, you're at the, I don't know, you're at the rugby club rooms or something and the test's going on, and the, you know, maybe you're at the club and the one-armed bandits are banging away and the coffee machine's going and people are yakking, and if you're wallpaper and that's okay. The strange thing is when people pay to come and see you and then proceed to talk to their next door neighbour all the way through the show, within earshot of everyone else, everyone can get a little bit miffy at that sort of thing, and it happens occasionally, not very often, but it does happen occasionally. And I remember it was one occasion where a very good, loyal supporter of ours, fabulous fellow, arrived at a gig, and the only chair that was left, there were armchairs at this gig, quite big ones. It was lovely, and the poor chap arrived late, and the only chair that was left was right at the back of the room, do you remember? And the poor guy, poor chap, you know, he had to wiggle his chair forwards for about 10 metres to the front of the auditorium, and it was all the way there, and right all the way through the first song. It was hilarious. Everybody was cracking up. Yeah, we didn't mind. But it was one of those situations. So this song is just especially for all the people who sometimes pay to come and see you and then sit there in the front row and talk to their friends. Okay? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I'm bored, let's go out. Let's put ourselves about. I'm tired of the usual round. We've been seen in all the cafes, or at least the ones in vogue, and set the bar for boorish bad behavior by intellectual bogans. I need something new and fun to do. My sense of self-importance needs a boost. We'll come right out and insult you while we vandalize your culture. Let's go out to a concert and talk. Yeah, let's go out to a concert and talk. The band won't complain just as long as we're paying, and the peasants can jump up and down and exclaim, hey, why don't you go take a walk? We can giggle and snort like the Duchess of York. Let's go out to a concert and talk. Hey, be great to be fashionably late. Move chairs around, have them scrape on the ground. Let coins fall from pockets, watch eyes roll in sockets. Let mass indignation abound. If 1 and 1's date can make everyone wait, it'd be great to be fashionably late. Hey, let's go out to a movie and chat. Be sociable neighbors, make some new friends. Offer them popcorn, let's slip how it ends. Take the front row and wear a tall hat. Analyze this and that while we masticate fat. Let's go out to a movie and chat. I'll bring the wine, pop the cork, hear the mutter and squawk. Let's go out to a concert and talk. That went well. I thought that went well. Yes, we haven't done that for a year or two, but we just practiced it up this morning. That's great. I feel good about that. Let's do that. All right, okay. It's time for the segment of the show that everyone has been waiting for.
Really?
Yes, except you. Everyone except you has been waiting patiently for. It's time for Roll on the Floor Laughing.
Oh.
Yes.
Yay.
This is the section where I come out with what I think are incredibly funny jokes, and I tell them to Kirsten, and she gives them marks out of 10.
Okay.
I'm not sure about either my selection process or my delivery, because the highest we got last year was about a 7.5, I think.
Oh,
And that was a particularly good joke.
Oh, I think it was the bee joke.
It was.
Because Wayne liked that one too. Yes, we've got a bit of mileage out of that one.
So I went and bought an LP of wasp noises, and I took it home, and I played the first track and it didn't sound much like wasps, and I played the second track and it didn't sound much like wasps, and then I realised I was playing the B side.
I like that.
We like that. That's the best. I think that was the best we had. And we did invite you to send jokes in, and some of them were very, very funny. And I've tried to select the ones that I think are very, very funny. Some of them were appallingly bad, worse than the ones I selected myself. So thank you for making me feel good about myself, but thank you mostly to all those people who sent in good ones. I've selected 5.
Okay.
We're going to go through them, and Kirsten will rate them from 1 to 10, where 1 is not very funny, and 10 is roll on the floor laughing, you see. That's why it's called roll on the floor laughing. ROFL. Acronym, okay? So, number 1, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Brace yourself.
Okay.
We just had a painter and decorator around to do some work. He's an Air New Zealand pilot who's been laid off.
Oh.
He made a lovely job of the landing. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going straight for an 8.
Straight for an 8.
Yeah, I think
wow.
I think that's
We're
good.
way ahead of last year already.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. Okay, thanks whoever sent that one in. Okay. So that's only one way it can go from here, isn't it? Okay. Are you ready for the second one?
I am.
Joke number 2. Thieves have made off with all the motorway signs in Yorkshire. Police are looking for leads.
Okay, giggle. 7.
Giggle.
I give that a
That's
7.
pretty good, though.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
quite good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 7. It's a 7 and an
It's
8.
a 7 and an 8.
All right.
Yeah.
Joke number 3. Bought some rocket salad yesterday, but it went off before I could eat it.
I think you thought that was funnier. I give that a 5.
Oh, what? Really? Crikey. It's pretty rough. Okay. Joke number 4.
Yes.
Did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? There was nothing left but debris. She liked that too. Remember, it's 8 to beat. What's it going to be? I can hardly wait.
I would probably give that one an 8 as well.
Oh, really? That's as good as the first one. It's 2 8s. We've had 2 8s. We've done better in the last 5 minutes than the entire lockdown period from last year.
I think the last time it made me realise there aren't as many really funny jokes around, so that's funny. I laugh.
It is quite funny.
I like it.
I agree. It is quite a good one.
Yep.
Okay, number 5. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
This is very good, this one. You'll like this.
Oh,
You ready?
okay.
What's brass? What's made of brass and sounds like Tom Jones?
I don't know.
Trombones. That's pretty good.
I like that one.
I like it too. 8.
Yeah, well, it's a
8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like
It's
that.
been a fantastic roll on the floor laughing segment. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Having exonerated from selecting jokes. Was it was it the jokes themselves, or did my excellent delivery have something to do with it?
Delivery
Was it all right?
Yes, yeah.
A bit over?
I think with the
it
rocket one, you went off before
I did. I ruined it. I think I'd corpsed. Do actors call that corpsing?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but I've been hanging out with a few actors lately. I must ask one of them. Okay, all right. I hope you enjoyed Roll on the Floor Laughing. Now we'd like to do a song. There's another one that is in the show. It's an old song that I've been doing for years. It's called "Can't Stand the Heat." It's a bit of country, and we like it because we've sort of rearranged it over the last year or so to do together. And there's lots of vocal harmony in it, and it's lovely. I think it's really lovely. Of course, I wrote it, so I would, but it's called "Can't Stand the Heat." Oh, you look so good. You look so neat. You look so fine. Almost knocked me off my feet. Ooh, how do you do that? Baby, you look so sweet. Yes, I gotta get out of here. Can't stand the heat. Oh, you look so hot. You look so right. You look so eager with your eyes so clear and bright. Ooh, how do you do that? Baby, you look so sweet. was a time should have tried to make you mine. I've been grieving. Yes, and I remember well that time you called around to tell me you believe in. Oh, you look so good. You look so neat. You know I haven't slept. It's impossible to eat. Ooh, how do you do that? Baby, you look so sweet. Yes, I gotta get out of here. Can't stand the heat. Gotta get out of here. Can't stand the heat. Can't stand the heat. Lovely. All right. Okay. What we'd like to do now is we'd like to play a song just especially for our very, very good friend Roz up in Auckland. Now, Roz is very, very supportive of us, comes to a lot of our gigs, Roz and her partner Steve. Hi to you both. Hope that you're well up there in Auckland and that you're staying well clear of, everybody, really, everybody and everything, and certainly no places of locations of interest. We hope you haven't been to. And Roz asks us for this song quite frequently, and we haven't been doing it for a while, so we polished it up, practiced it today, especially to do for you, Roz. And it's a great old tune. It's called "Across the Alley from the Alamo." I think it might be a Bob Wills song. I should have checked before going to air.
No.
But it was I don't think
Mills
so.
Brothers.
Certainly been done by the Mills Brothers,
Yes.
Paddy Austin, and probably lots of other people. Across the Alley from the Alamo. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play a pick. I'm going to use a pick for this one, darling, if that's all right. So,
Finger picking good.
yeah. Okay. Across the alley. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Across the alley from the Alamo lived a pinto pony and a Navajo. Sang a sort of Indian hidey-ho to the people passing by. The pinto spent time swishing flies, and the Navajo watched the lazy skies. Very rarely did they ever rest their eyes on the people passing by. One day they went a-walking along the railroad track. They were swishing, not a-looking. They never came back. Across the alley from the Alamo, where the summer sun decided to settle low. A fly singing Indian hidey-ho to the people passing by. Across the alley from the Alamo lived a pinto pony and a Navajo. Used to bake frioles and cornmeal dough for the people passing by. They thought that they would make some easy bucks by washing their frioles and dozen loaves. A pair of very conscientious plugs to the people passing by. They took their cheap vacation. Their shoes were polished bright. No, they never heard the whistle. They're clear out of sight. Across the alley from the Alamo, where the starlight beams his tender glow. Beans go to sleep and there ain't no dough for the people passing by. All right now. One day they went a-walking along the railroad track. They were swishing, not a-looking. They never came back. Across the alley from the Alamo, where the summer sun decided to settle low. A fly
I sing an Indian hi-yo to the people passing by. Across the alley from the Alamo. Across the alley from the Alamo. The birds got very excited in that one.
The blackbird. There's a
Yeah.
blackbird out there going nuts. Yeah, yeah. Right, yes. I was talking about acronyms earlier on.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun on our tour playing with acronyms. People kept coming up with good ones. Because we've got this song called Middle-Aged Man in Lycra, MAMIL, which is a great acronym, you know. And we always talk about how, you know, people like acronyms, yuppies, young urban professionals, NIMBYs, not in my backyard. Sitcom, which of course, was it? Dinkies.
Yes.
Double income, no kids yet, which is what we were before we became a sitcom. Thank you, Paul Devadatta, for that. That was one of yours, I think. Sitcom, yes. Single income, 2 kids, outrageous mortgage, which is what we are now, and that's because we have kippers.
Yes.
Kippers, yes. Kids in parents' pockets erasing retirement savings. And then we were out and about in a Ryman village a couple of weeks ago, and a lady said, "I've got one for you. I've just had a scan." And I said, "Oh, really?" So I hope it's nothing serious, you know. And she said, "No, senior citizens afternoon nap." So there you go. Go and have a scan. Now, we've got time for one more, I think.
Yes, good.
We've got time for one more song. Thank you very much for listening in. We have, obviously, our gigs have dropped from lots to nothing. So we haven't got...
Might be a while before you see us.
Might be a while before you see us out there. If you do feel like donating to our virtual tip jar, obviously we'd be very grateful. And I can give you details on that. In fact, I might even make my email address come up on the screen. That would be clever. Watch this.
What are we going to play now?
It's like magic, isn't it? Well, I thought we might finish with, what do you think? New Friends?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, New Friends.
Yeah,
New Friends. Now, this is a song. This is the first song that I wrote.
It is.
In the modern era, about 20 years ago. I was working with a lovely lady called Nicola. Nicola she's down in Wanaka now, I think. Nicola, if you're listening. This was one of her inspirational quotes, which was, "Oh, cripes, it's January. I better audition some new friends." So I wrote the song, and it was Kirsten actually helped with this.
I did.
I was agonising over it. I've got to get myself some new. I've got to get myself some new. And she said, "Friends," which of course immediately linked it in with what I remembered Nicola saying. So just for you, Nick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's never happy with her makeup. She's never happy with her hair. She's got a room or two devoted to Versace, but she doesn't have a thing to wear. She doesn't like a new apartment. She doesn't like the kitchen sink. She doesn't like to hear the neighbors having parties, 'cause they laugh, joke, smoke and drink. Oh, she's thinking, I've got to get myself some new friends who share my attitude and style. I've got to circulate and make the right connections. Sorry, I can't stop and chat a while. She's not that crazy about the car she's driving. She doesn't turn a head or two. She meets her friends downtown in cappuccino fashion. They try and reconstruct the view. All the time she's thinking, I've got to get myself some new friends who share my attitude and style. Make sure we're seen in all appropriate locations. Sorry, I can't stop and chat a while. She about the future. She's disappointed with the past. Oh, and it seems that satisfaction's hard to find at present. And this year's look went out so fast. Oh, she's thinking, I've got to get myself some new friends who share my attitude and style. Make sure we're seen in all appropriate locations. Sorry, I can't stop and chat a while. There we are. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. If you'd like to donate, that's great. If you don't, lots of you have just sent in lots and lots of donations to get our show off the ground last year. So, to be perfectly honest, we don't want you to feel obliged. Hope you've had a good time over the last 40-odd minutes. We certainly have, playing some songs we haven't played for quite a long time.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, if there's anything you'd like in particular, send me an email and maybe we'll do another show in a few days.
Yeah.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the very best. Stay safe and
Take care. Bye.
bye.